We are to the Pearls of Wisdom section for bids and estimates. A bid can protect profit and keep a company financially healthy if it includes contingencies, project overhead, company overhead, and markup. Next, one of the most common errors that estimators make when they figure their labor costs is failing to include subcontractor fees. I'm going to remind you that when you study the pearls, see if you can pick out a question and answer from the statement. So I just read you the statement. Now I'm going to make a question and answer out of it. What is one of the most common errors that estimators make when they figure their labor costs? And I've got A, B, C, D. And my answer is failing to include subcontractor fees. So when you study the pearls, be sure to look to see if you can see a question and an answer in the statement. This will help you. Next, using the labor cost data from a job cost recording system, a contractor can determine a more accurate unit price for the labor assigned to a task. Next, company overhead costs include the telephone bill, office personnel, office payroll, an attorney's retainer, office rent, accounting fees, and taxes. Project overhead, specific to the project that you're working on, project overhead costs include utilities, that's making sure you have electricity, finding a source, for instance, portable toilets, dumpsters, as well as one-day equipment rentals, like a backhoe, like the mythical backhoe. Next one. The square foot method of estimating states the project cost as the total square footage multiplied by a unit cost. And that unit cost is determined by your idea of the marketplace, of the competition. A unit cost. That is the square foot method, the most common estimating method out there. The unit price method of estimating bundles or uses all the contractor's cost factors to arrive at a unit cost, then states the project cost as the square or cubic or linear footage multiplied by that specific predetermined unit cost that was found by looking specifically at your own overhead costs. Now we have the quantity takeoff method. What is it? This is the most accurate and inclusive estimating method. It includes material and labor, labor burden, subcontractor fees, contingency, equipment, allowances, project overhead, company overhead, and profit. You can also read profit markup / profit, markup and profit. That's the quantity takeoff method. That is the method we always used at Lansing Linoleum. It's a very, very common way to do estimates, very professionally. Your square foot method is the most common in the marketplace, but it doesn't allow for a lot of costs that you might have. A conceptual estimate. Now they're going to throw one other type of estimate in here. One other type. It's called a conceptual estimate. Now this is generally prepared by an architect using cost models. Cost models. Say he's going to present an idea for a 15-story building to a client, and he needs some kind of a budget figure. So when he puts his drawing together and his design together, then he uses cost models to determine a budget for that building. This conceptual estimate is very different from the actual contractor's bid, the person who bids it, who's actually going to build it. Next, when bidding, you should make a list of the phases of the project. Then develop a list of tasks and materials for each project phase. This is called your estimating framework. This is how you lay out your bid. The ultimate goal when a contractor creates an estimate is to submit an accurate bid that wins the contract and creates an acceptable profit. Again, showing you how to use this pearl and think about it as a question and an answer. What is the ultimate goal when a contractor creates an estimate? Well, to submit an accurate bid that wins the contract and creates an acceptable profit. Next one. A signed addendum needs to be issued if changes are made to a bid package before the bid is due. Now think back to that scenario where you're going to bid on your first big large project and they send you that bid package, and in it are all the things that you need to begin your estimate. So you lay out everything and all the requirements for the project, and you get it all laid out so that you can put it in phases and start your estimating. And then along comes, over through your email, comes a signed addendum. That addendum is usually from the general contractor, or it could be from the architect or the designer's office. And it's signed, and it's a piece of paper that says addendum, A-D-D, add. It's about changing the bid before the bid is even due. You are working on the bid, and you're getting a piece of paper that is called an addendum. It's telling you about changes that are made to the bid package before the bid is due. That's an addendum. And you get, depending on the size of the project, you may see 10, 12, 15 of these. Now, too many addendums during the bid process is a yellow blinking light to me. I want to be looking that company over. Who are they? Why can't they decide what they want to do before they put out their bid package? Maybe I don't want to be on their subcontractor team.